Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and welcome to the very first ever Prox Reviews on the channel. And today we're going to be going and talking to you guys about the 3DS capture card. Now, this one right here is a motherboard for the Katsukity, and this one right here is for the Loopy motherboard as well. And we'll be getting on into both of those two in just a little minute, but if you are someone that is wanting to go and buy a 3DS capture card, I'll tell you guys the differences within the different motherboards with my personal experience. And if you are someone that wants to go and choose whichever type of motherboard that is suited to you, you can feel free to go ahead and do so. So let's get on into the very beginning of these, and that of course is going to be with my original 3DS right here, the one that I have been actually doing a little bit of some different series with throughout my way on the Prox Gaming channel. And now, mind you, this one does actually come with a USB micro B type of cable. Now, unfortunately, those type of cables are not all that too great. And again, mind you, it is something out of like one of your type of like phone cables or something that you can go and use from like some of your different like smart devices, and you can just plug it into it. And sometimes some of them are not going to be as great for like different type of pass-throughs. But originally I went and bought this 3DS as a parts type of way, and while I went and bought this, I did go and ship it overseas, and someone was actually able to go and fix most of the different parts problems that were here, and also adding in with the capture motherboard to it as well. And when it came back to me, I was able to go and play for quite a while on it, and I think it was like somewhat good for about a year or so. And over time, with the way of how I went onto this 3DS here, at some point down the road, this motherboard started to act really weird, and it started having all this weird like green flashy situations and whatnot. And I thought originally, before, I thought it was going to be the micro USB cable, and it turns out to be that within the actual said type of way that I was recording through the capture card, is that the motherboard was acting really funny. And it seems like, unfortunately, since Katsukity is a very cheap type of motherboard, it doesn't really last for that long. And that's why, later on down the road, I actually decided to go and basically buy out another type of capture card, which is going to be a little bit better. And most people somewhat already know about who Loopy is. I did get this new 3DS capture card here, and I was able to go and use this as for other different live streams down the road. And so far, with the way of how it goes and plays, is really nice. And it does have the USB-C cable to it, so you actually have somewhat of a better type of pass-through compared to like something like this with a micro USB type of cable with it. But if you ever do find a driver known as the Legrith codec one, it will actually boost up the resolution, and it will actually fix most of the things that are going on within the 3DS. So instead of you kind of having the original type of resolution to it, with this Legrith codec, it will kind of over top of within the resolution of the game, will make it more like better while you go and do some streaming. And I fairly have to go and say is that for me personally is that since I've been on YouTube for quite a while, and I do a lot of different live streams with said games, the Loopy motherboard is something that you may possibly want to go with later on. But if you are like someone that wants to get into like beginner captures or anything of that type of nature, I do recommend like just finding someone that you can go and bring overseas, and you can actually get a cheap type of Katsukity and at least try it out a little bit. And mind you, you could probably have somewhat of a better type of experience than compared to me, because this type of motherboard only lasted for about a year, and mind you, it still plays pretty well, like regularly type of wise, not like pass through within like streaming and stuff. But that's just my personal opinions there for the different type of capture cards that are going on for it. And hope you guys will enjoy many other type of reviews down the road. And see you guys in the next one. And of course, peace.